Today is Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, and it is Yom Shlishi, third day of the week, the 19th day of Tammuz, 5785, Parshat Pinchas. And this is the PL-89 thought calendar, the Mercury thought and quantum entanglement calendar, and the PL-89 and Mercury gematriatic thought calendar. I've been working on this calendar for 13 years. This summer, at the end of the summer, late August, September time, it turns 13 years old. It's like if it was my son, he would be having a bar mitzvah this Elul. And it is after 13 years that I started to present this calendar daily. It is a lunar solar calendar, and it has the Julian calendar in it as well. And it's based on the orbit of planet Mercury, the time span of Earth days of the planet Mercury, a mercurial year, which means the time that it takes for Mercury to orbit the Sun, according to published data, is 87.9691, and something else after that, but I don't remember now, of our Earth days, which is basically 3 months. It's like 87 days is basically 90 days, which is basically 3 months. That 3 month period is based on a verse in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, chapter 2, where it talks about Moses after he was born, and he was hidden for 3 months. The words in the verse in Hebrew are Vatitzbenehu Shlosha Yerachim. And after the edict was issued to kill all the baby boys, his mother could no longer hide him. So she sent him on the Nile, I think it's the Nile, but she sent him on the river in a little basket, and that's where the 3 month period came from here. And that period refers to the planet Mercury, because the Mercury orbit period is about 90 days. And the chemical element Mercury's atomic number is 80. And Moses, the Redeemer of Israel, was 80 years old during the time of the Exodus story, and the English gematria of the word Exodus is 88. So those things are what influence the name, or are part of the name of PL-89, and it takes into consideration the Hebrew date and the English date, which means the Gregorian date. And today's numbers are 37 and 31. Because in this dispensation, there are 3 dispensations that happened so far in the life of this calendar. The first dispensation was 8 years. It's called Dispensation 8. That spans from 2012 to 2020. The second dispensation was from 2020 to 2024. It's 4 years. And now we are in the middle of dispensation. We're more than halfway past the dispensation 2, which is a 2-year period. And it halves every time, 8, 4, 2. I think there might be one more dispensation after this. In this dispensation, July/Tammuz is in this bottom part of the calendar. July 1st starts in box 38, and since today is July 15th, you just count 15 boxes and you'll get to 37. The sequence of numbers, as you can see, is based on 8 plus 9, which is based on other verses in the book of Leviticus, which I will not go into now, but I have gone in the past, and I most likely will go on in the future. But enough to say that the sequence of counting is 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, with a cutoff point of 40, which means it goes 8 plus 9, like 8, 17, 25, 34, and then when you add another 8 to it, then you don't go 42. You just go to 2. 40 is the cutoff point, kind of like a combination lock. If you turn it from 34 and you turn it 8 notches, it's not going to go. It's going to go to 2, and that's what this calendar is based on. Number 40 is the numerical value of the word goel, spelled Gimel, Vav, Aleph, Lamed. Gimel is 3, Vav is 6, Aleph is 1, and Lamed is 30. That makes 40. Goel it's based on the Geula, redemption, starting from Exodus of Egypt and continuing on into the final redemption. May it be soon and in our days. Today, the Gregorian calendar, which means July 15th, is on box 37. One of the rules is that each box, this is a PL. One of the reasons PL stands for purple right here, and L is lavender here. It might be violet, but I call it lavender, and you can tell the difference. Now, they can be made into one box. That's a rule. And so today, July 15th, 2025, this is 37. And the Hebrew date today is the 19th day of Tammuz, which will be box 31. And there's an interesting connection. The reason why it's called the PL-89 and Mercury thought calendar and gematria calendar and gematria thought calendar, because ideas are calculated based on the date and the gematria that happens on that date. And it seeks to find things that happen on the day and hold them in balance and in sequence, hold them in order, and develop computations based on that. Today, something very interesting happened. There's a jazz musician by the name of Bill Evans, and just somehow, what I say randomly, I don't really mean randomly, but just for the public, common usage, everyone can relate to the word randomly. So I don't think anything is random. Everything is exact and in order and set in place by God. And so I don't think it's random, but I'll just say random because that's what it looks like in the general view. In my YouTube feed, or whatever you want to call it, the videos that show up there every day, a video that showed up that didn't show up for a long time. Usually Bill Evans doesn't show up. I don't often listen to him, but today is Bill Evans. Actually, was someone else was playing Bill Evans. It was a cover artist, and her title was "Do You Like Bill Evans?" And she, I think, was a South Korean musician, piano player, and she was playing a lot of different standards by songs by Bill Evans, jazz piano. So one of the songs on that album is called "Beautiful Love," and so I never heard that song before. At least I don't remember hearing it, especially by that name. I listened to it and I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. So then I put "Beautiful Love" into the gematria calculator, and I got results according to English gematria, which is the standard, which is A equals 1, B equals 2, up until Z equals 26, of 151. Beautiful love equals 151. Beautiful is 97, and love is 54. So to add that together, that's 151. So why is that? What does that have to do with this calendar, and what does it have to do with 31? Because one of the rules in the PL-89 calendar, and once it looks like it's not complicated at all. It's just a matter of applying the rule every day. But every box here, it's 80 boxes, but it goes 1 through 40, and then that happens twice. It's going 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, and then when it hits 40, it resets and does the same pattern again until it hits 40. And with these 80 boxes, you can get every number that is ad infinitum. How so? Because the rule is that every number, when 40 is added to it, it's considered that same number. So when you do that, you can go ad infinitum. You can go until, from 40, you can go 1,040,040. the same number. So let's just say I wanted to get 240. Where would I go? I go to box 40 because I just have to add 40 5 times, and then I'm at 240. Adding 200 to 40 makes 240. So what's interesting is that today's day for the 19th of Tammuz is 31. And like I said before, I don't ever watch Bill Evans that much. I don't know how it came onto my feed, and especially that song, I didn't expect to like it, but I did, and the number is 151. 151 in the PL-89 is 31. That means that on this day, I somehow stumbled upon this song, but mathematically, it matched the day. I would love to hear an explanation from a mathematician about how this works. I don't know if there's enough that the type of mathematics have yet combined with spirituality or metaphysics to explain this phenomenon. That I find a song that I like, I had no idea, it doesn't usually come into my feed, I get the numerical value of it, and it matches the day on the calendar. And if you're going to say that that's lucky, it only happens once in a while, these things happen literally every day. Every day. And I'm going to try to focus on things like this that are really clear, really categorical, like amazing things. One more thing I'll share. So basically, see, look, 31 plus 40 is 71. 71 plus 40 is 111. And 111 plus 40 is 151. See, you go up the line, and 31 is 151. That means that on the day that I found this song was the day of this calendar. And I want to demonstrate how it's not just luck, because that was on the Hebrew side. Now the Gregorian side, how did that happen? I learned today about someone who passed away yesterday. Remember I told you about the rule that each box can become a cuboid, which means a rectangle is called a cuboid. Now today is 37, as I said before, for July 15th. But there's someone, a pastor, who passed away, no pun intended. So this very famous pastor by the name of John MacArthur. He passed away yesterday on July 14th. He passed away on 14th, which was box number 29. Now, what's 29 plus 40? 69. But also today on the M72 calendar, which is a different calendar I'm using, is also 69. It's the calendar or clock of the names, the 72 names of God. And today was the 69th name. But what does 69 have to do with 29? Pastor John MacArthur pastored in the Grace Community Church since 1969. He passed away yesterday. And yesterday the box was 29, which equals 69. I would love to hear an explanation from a mathematician how that works. And then, since 29 is next to 37, okay, I'm running out of time, so I won't explain the Julian calendar, but I'll just say that the Julian calendar is 13 days behind the Gregorian calendar. 13 days behind 37 on this calendar is going to be 7. And what's 7? 7 plus 40 is 47. 47 equals John, which means today, which I found about his passing yesterday, is John. According to the Julian calendar, John equals 47. Again, I'm really fascinated and curious how this type of mathematics works. I haven't found a name for this kind of mathematics yet. I've thought of a few ideas. One, I thought of chaos mathematics. I'm wondering if this is just a branch of metaphysics, but these were the findings for today.